Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we've got another set of hair, and we are in DazStudio instead of Hexagon because I made this hair like a few weeks ago, and you may have seen this in a few renders, but I didn't have the time, or I didn't take the time until now to actually do what I wanted to rig the whole thing. So today the video is about the rigging process. As you can see, I'm utilizing the different ways to grab the hair, and right now what I'm doing is I'm dividing the whole mesh into different faces, basically different face groups. So this is just a subdivision I need to later apply the mesh to the bones. So basically, I know I've probably said this before, but bones is basically the structure on which I move any object. So any object has bones, and these bones can move, or the bones is what I can then use to move the whole thing. And I need to put the mesh on the bones, and this is why I do face groups, so I can say what part of the mesh is actually connected to what bone when I move it. And as you can see, I'm starting with the division of this whole thing, because when I loaded this, I didn't really have an idea how I would divide this. I was like, okay, I'm going to load this in, and I'm going to look how I divide this, and I'm going to divide this, and you can see that this is a lot of face groups. I'm going to splitting this a lot, and at this point, now that I have finished this, and now that I've used this in a render, I have seen that I could have started further up, have the neck divided into two parts, but I'll remember this for next time instead. Yeah, but the video will have a bit of a split in a few seconds, because what I did after dividing this, so right now I'm just making a lot of these face groups that are subdivided, that are subdividing the whole mesh. And what I then did is I made me an actual chart of what I'm doing. So this is the whole thing, and as you can see, I'm using like a flowchart, like a diagram, and I'm just putting in all the single different pieces, and I'm like yeah, making a whole a construction of this, because I actually needed this I needed the visualization to actually be able to then later on break the whole thing down into bone structure. So what I'm basically right now is doing is I'm pre-writing the bone structure in a diagram and in a flowchart, so that I can make this so that I see where do what bones connect, where the bones go. Yeah, and this is basically the end structure that I will then use. And here we are back in Death, and you can see that I'm using another tool. I'm using the joint editor to create the bones. So I'm basically, what I deleted was the collarbones from the shoulders that I didn't need, and then I started doing the bones. As you can see, I'm also in the upper right corner, I'm directly adding the face groups and connecting them. I'm also immediately, when I create the bones, I'm immediately putting them in their place, which just helps to have a cool structure. This took a while. I mean, it didn't work that long on the whole thing, but this definitely took a while to do. And yeah, this is basically, so this is the second thing I did. Basically, the first thing was just set up the face groups, do the flowchart. Then I took a break, and then I did the second thing. This is also a single, as you can see in the top. I saved this as a single instant scene so that I could work on this later. If for some reason I didn't finish today, but I did. But yeah, I'm also setting up the rotation of the bones. This isn't really that important in the end, because I'm mostly using this with the universal manipulation tool, so that I am moving the hair in the scene, and I'm not using the big space to the right of the screen. I'm just doing this in the viewport in the center. But yeah, yeah, setting this up was really quite interesting and took quite some time. Also, there's a render of this at the end if you just want to skip to that because you're bored. But yeah, the hair isn't the newest style of hair I did, so as you can see, it's rather flat without any texture. But I still want to use this. I still did this because I just felt like, okay, I'm currently not creating that much content on the new mesh part, and I'm more like revisiting or rechecking content that I did. So this was a good enough, well, this was a good video to do, and this is also an interesting thing that I will go into more detail about these single steps in a tutorial video. This won't be anytime soon, this specific tutorial video, but yeah, it's something that you will get to see. Also, I left a bit of coloring in here, so you can see that I'm coloring and putting on the bump maps and also the saving. Yeah, that's it basically for this video. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the render at the end. I hope you're all safe, I hope you're all healthy, and see you guys around.